Albuquerque Florist is the proud Set Flowers sponsor for New Mexico Living.
Experiencing the beauty of the great outdoors, Nature Niños New Mexico works to expand access to the outdoors for our youth and their families who might not readily have access to it. So the goal is to build skills while growing the next generation of conservationists, land stewards, and recreationalists. So we are joined by the Executive Director of Nature Niños New Mexico, Sarah Candelaria, along with Sarah Keller from Nusenda Credit Union, talking all about the work Nature Niños New Mexico does and how Nusenda is helping to further their mission. The Sarah's in studio today. Thank you for being here today, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
Let's not waste any time. Nature Niños, this is a really incredible program that New Mexico has. For our viewers that may not be super familiar with what you do, Sarah, can you break down just kind of how Nature Niños New Mexico works with youth and their families to make nature more accessible?
Yeah, of course. So one of the core foundations of Nature Niños is to focus on community and helping each community throughout New Mexico to identify what barriers of access they're facing to spending time outside. Once we can identify those barriers, then we work with that community to find ways to mitigate those barriers and make sure families, kids, everyone has access to nature, not only because it's great, not only because we want to build those future stewards of our land, water, and wildlife, but because we want to be able to help families and youth really experience that social, emotional health and well-being of spending time outside.
I think that there is a very cathartic aspect to being outside, you know, and when we're talking about breaking down barriers, it's not like you're not able to walk outside. Is more structure to it than you know, just opening your front door and stepping out into your backyard. It's not a traditional environmentalist education though, but how do you implement nature into helping your youth and their families with their social and emotional health and development?
Yeah, of course. So environmental learning, of course, always interwoven in, right? We want kids to be able to understand the world around them, but it's hard to expect a youth to walk into a space, care about it, learn about it, and have the desire to protect it if they don't feel connected to it, right? So we want them to be able to go into these spaces, have activities that help them feel connected not only to themselves, but to their peers that are with them and to that space. We use activities that are CASEL aligned, meaning they're aligned directly to national standards for social, emotional health and well-being, providing those kids with this holistic approach of spending time outside, making them really see that there are other options when they feel stress and anxiety to be able to, you know, alleviate some of those feelings.
Absolutely, and also too, just building that respect for the outside, which I think is a huge component. How do you help educators and youth just include nature into their everyday wellness and well-being?
Right, so as an organization, we don't really just consider ourselves an organization, more so a partner truly in the community. So when we work with a school or another action group within the community, we really truly integrate ourselves into that space and make sure that we're not just showing up to provide these activities, we're showing up like all the time. Those kids know that our staff are mentors for them in life, not just in the outdoors. And with that, we're able to provide some of that curriculum that we have created that allows for teachers then to take it and say, hey, you know, Nature Niños isn't here, but we can still get outside during the day. We can take our math lessons outside. We can take our English lessons outside. You know, we can just go outside and eat lunch outside, because even just those small little interactions are just as helpful as the big ones that we're able to provide.
Yeah, and I think that's beautifully said, right? Any time outside, no matter how big or small, is going to be beneficial and make a positive impact for these kids, which is fantastic. Nusenda wanted to kind of be a part of this, talking about being community partners. What was it about Nature Niños that Nusenda really wanted to get behind?
So Nature Niños is one of our community rewards grant recipients, and we fund in 5 areas. 3 of those areas are healthcare, education, and environment and wildlife. And so when you look at the work that Nature Niños does, they're squarely aligned with 3 of the 5 areas that we are really actively working to partner and fund, and providing access to the outdoors through education, through safety, to New Mexico's young people is one of the most valuable lessons that we can provide, and so to be able to partner and support the work that they're doing is really valuable for us too.
Absolutely, and building those future generations of nature lovers, which is so key and something that we need. How has Nusenda's just partnership with you guys made that positive impact for what you guys are doing?
I mean, that's easy, right? Nonprofit organizations are always looking to do their work, and we can't do our work without the funding. So being able to have funding that, again, is so aligned to the work that we do. It's not like we had to create an additional project to use the funding. It bled right into the work that we beautifully do, which allows us to serve more communities, more schools, more kids are being able to have these consistent and regular interactions in the outdoors.
Just something that made sense then.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful, beautiful fit, which is amazing. Sarah, for people that are watching this, other nonprofits that want to take advantage of the community grant application, how do they apply or get involved with that?
Sure. So community rewards grants are open right now. They're through the Nusenda Foundation. The applications close on August 30th, so it's sneaking up on us quite quickly. Nusenda.org/foundation. All of the information is there. Again, we fund in 5 major impact areas: education, healthcare, environment and wildlife, the arts, community services and support. And we are looking for applications from Taos all the way into El Paso, Texas.
Oh, amazing. So not just the Albuquerque area, but statewide.
Statewide.
That is fantastic. That is really amazing. Where do we go online to learn more about Nature Niños?
NatureNiños.org. You can find us on our website. You can find us on social at Nature Niños on pretty much everything.
Beautiful, easy places to find you. Ladies, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your time today.
Thank you very much for having us.
Absolutely. Guys, for more information on everything we talked about, please head over to krqe.com and click on the New Mexico Living tab. Stay with us. There is more New Mexico Living when we return. Don't go anywhere.